Hey everyone, it's Kinpatsu Cosplay here, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how I made these horns for Nejire from My Hero Academia. If you guys would like to get the patterns for this entire costume as well as a tutorial on how I made it step by step, please check out our website at kinpatsukosplay.com. To make my Nejire horns, I first needed to have a pattern to work with. I used plasticine clay to make a base shape that I could make the spiral pattern from. And when I had a decent shape to work with, I froze the clay to harden it. I took some duct tape and put it all over the clay. With the tape covering the clay, I drew on the spiral shape for the horns with a pen. Once I finished drawing out the horn shape, I cut the tape off the clay model and cut out the small pattern. I then took the small horn pattern and glued it to a piece of A4 paper. I scanned this into my computer and made a digital version. I then scaled up the pattern to the correct size and printed it out on more A4 paper. I used my pattern to trace onto some 5mm Yaya EVA foam from Joanns. Once the pattern was drawn onto the foam, I then cut it out with a sharp craft knife. Because the horns are so spirally, I need to add some support so the foam would keep its shape. To do this, I used some white Worbla. I heated up the Worbla and glued the EVA foam piece onto it. I then used my scissors to trim off all the excess Worbla around the foam. Before I shaped the horns, I used my scissors to trim off the hard edges around the foam. This will give the front of the horn a round, smooth look. I trimmed off the edges with my scissors and then used my heat gun to smooth them out and press them flat. Now I can shape my horns. I heated up the foam and the Worbla together with my heat gun and then bent them into the spiral shape that I wanted. When it cools down, the horn will keep its shape really well thanks to the thermoplastic backing. You may need to heat and reshape parts of the horn to get the shape just right. Now the horns are completely built. The next step is to attach them onto the wig. I didn't want a headband to show while I wore the horns, so instead I created a wire frame to attach to the horns. Once I cut and bent my wire into a weird bunny ear shape, I pushed the wire up and in between the Worbla and the foam piece to keep it in place. Then, to get the horns to stay in the wig, I took the wire structure and pushed it in between the mesh of my wig. They stayed up really well like this, and it was really simple and easy to attach. Now I can prime my horns so they're nice and smooth. To do this, I used PVA-based wood glue. I applied 3 layers in total with my paintbrush and let each layer dry in between coats. Then, once I finished my coats of wood glue, I applied 2 coats of 1K Easy Filler, which is a spray-on filler primer. I let the primer dry, sanded them lightly with 400 grit sandpaper, and then the final step was to airbrush the horns the same color as my wig. Now my horns for Nejire are done. I had a lot of fun wearing them, and they stayed secure in my wig the whole day. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. And if you'd like to get notified when we put out new videos, please hit that bell down below. Thanks guys!